The twilight's last gleaming, whose bright stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight for the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets went glare, the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free? Yes, and the home of the brave. This is Tami Lyn, and I'd like to say Happy Memorial Day to you. Play Tami Lyn. And while we're waiting for the music to come up, you should see some photos coming up on the screen. And this show today is about what you see on that screen, the Freddie Stower story. And today what we're going to do is we're going to talk about it. First of all, I'd like to thank God for you being here. I'd like to also let you know that we're working out technology. That's what this is really all about today. Working out technology, me being at the helm. Because I'm in love. I'm in love with you. And I want you to know that today is just, one of those days that I have to overcome myself and keep on going. So 12 o'clock is 12 o'clock, soldier time. And I'd like to first of all say thank you for your service. The men and women who have given their lives so unselfishly, I'd like to thank you. Every day that I sat at the table, just like I'm sitting now, my big mama, Georgia Palmer, who you'll see on that picture, hopefully she and her brother Freddie Stowers are on the screen, would tell me a story about her brother, Freddie Stowers. And she would always tell me that one day her brother is going to get a medal. And I would listen to the story and look at Big Mama and wonder, what did she have in that purse? She held her purse clenched to her body and often told the story about her brother, Freddie Stowers, and him going to receive a medal. Let me tell you, I am a witness of what God will do. We just have to hang on and believe. Her life to me was a testament of faith, of how God will say something to you. He just don't say how long it'll take. It took over 70 years, 76 years. But one day, thank God, thank you, Jesus. One day, President Bush Sr. wheeled her wheelchair in and gave her the highest medal of honor for her brother Freddie Stowers' action. He was under the French command fighting for the United States in a segregated army. He couldn't even come to his own country and go to a hotel, but he went off in obedience to the war. And Big Mama would tell me and anyone who sat there with her about her brother. and how one day he would receive a medal. Big Mama rolled with her sister in the White House to a ceremony, which I put a link on. You can't click on the link, but you can sure copy it. And please do visit the link. Rolled Big Mama into the White House with her sister in honor, posthumously, her brother's Congressional Medal of Honor. And this Medal of Honor went 76 years before it was rendered to Big Mama, but she did not leave this earth before she received the Congressional Medal of Honor. World War One, Freddie Stowers. And just a note to mention, in World War Two, my sister-in-law, Sergeant Carter, Aline Carter. Sergeant Carter, they have an installation of a ship at the museum in Louisiana. He also received a congressional honor, I believe, for World War II. But today we're talking about a man, Freddie Stowers, that's no joke. My big mama said he left off to the war to help keep this country free. Private, never even knowing that he would never make it back. And my aunt Anna, who really put me up on all of this back in the day, we did a television show honoring the Freddie Stower story. And she was telling me that Big Mama told her that their mother didn't want Freddie brought home because she didn't want him an unclaimed soldier. And I can certainly identify with that because when my children were about 11 and 9, we went to a ceremony I was invited to by Arlene Jackson, Action Jackson, in the city of Riverside at the military, I believe it's the military where they bury the soldiers. And they had a ceremony there for unclaimed soldiers or unknown soldiers. And I was a part of that. I sang the same song that I sang today. And it was a tearjerker because we had Green Berets, we had people who was just off the chain. These men had such a camaraderie, and these women, that it was really heart-wrenching to see how these young people sacrifice their lives for us. And they never know if they'll make it back. I'd also like to recognize today Robin Trail. Shout out to you, Robin. Robin introduced me to some work she produced, Life and Times by Michael. And Michael's work, Life and Times, Michael's work, his last name just really, this is nothing but the enemy, but he's a liar. But it's Life and Times. And Mike's work, he recently passed, but we were able to honor his work. He was a soldier who he really just brought it to the line at his book signing, where he was speaking about the post-traumatic syndrome that a lot of these men were suffering once they were coming from the various wars. And I believe he was over in Vietnam, and he and his friends talked about how he was having all of these symptoms of post-traumatic syndrome and no one even knew or even recognized it. So we want to be careful, because I know the 4th of July is coming up, and a lot of these sounds and things that we get, like firecrackers and fireworks and things like this are triggers for these sisters and brothers who've been off to war and just going to another country, and then you have on all of this gear. You have to put your mindset in, fight or flight constantly. So we thank you. I simply wanted to come to you today and say thank you. I would love for you to look at the Freddie Stower story on YouTube. I mean, the information is there. I was blessed and given permission by the Bush Library to produce the show and to use all the materials that I was given, and I'm sharing them with you. So please go to the link. I hope that everything came up on the screen. Today's tenacious show was brought to you by these products. Excuse me, right here, Harmony. I probably got it all twisted around, but it don't matter because you already know. Harmony, one drop of this and you're going to be cool in the game. I should have took me a dose before I started today because it was hectic, but I made it through it because I took some earlier. And also, I'd like to, Mr. Microphone, get out the way. I like to also, this right here is a keeper. This is called Alleviate. This Alleviate right here will alleviate any symptoms of pain if it look like it's coming. Like the OGs say, if it's threatening, if you threatening to get some pain, put this here on there. And when you sweating and working out, because I'm working on trimming up and getting rid of the, gut here, and I put it on there and I work out. And also, last but not least, this, if you feeling grimy, get you some lemon zesty. If you feeling stressy, get you some lemon zesty. So I'm gonna put a little bit in the water, spread around, change the atmosphere. I'd like to thank God for you. Today was all about you. It's all about celebrating the men and women who have put their lives in action. I'd like to thank all my friends on Facebook and all around the world. I'd like to thank my people in India. I'd like to give a shout out to my folks in Mississippi. And yeah, Facebook, this is all my original music. I'd like to let you know that we're going to be doing a Father's Day show. We already have sponsors. I'd like to thank Michelle Meek, showed up. She supplied all the jewelry I'll be wearing. I have Miss Washington who supplied the outfit if I could get into it. I'm working on it, y'all. I'm working on me. So what's up with you doing the COVID-19? Is it called the COVID-19 or the coronavirus or whatever? I'm trusting God using my products, putting my, it works as a sanitizer and antibacterial. So it works in several ways. But I just wanted to let you know that I was thinking about you and that I'm working out all my kinks so that I can get better. And it's rough on the inside because guess what? We got to take care of the outside. So as I leave you today, I'd like for you to go and check out my music. I've been really working on putting things together so that I can give you quality entertainment. I produce television as well as I have some shows airing in the city of Long Beach and some on cable and also Roku. But it's a lot, and I'm not going to use any excuses, but it's a lot. And God says, too much is given, much is required. I love you all. Once again, I'd like to give my shout out, Michael Anderson. Life and Times. This brother explained to us the symptoms he was feeling and nobody even knew back in the day when he came back from Vietnam. And his other friends was telling us just what it's about. So guys, listen, Tami Lyn loves you always. You can reach me at Tami Lyn for you at Gmail. You can also reach me at Tami Lyn Show because that's what I do at Gmail. And please go to Tami Lyn's World, like my page. I have some new video up there. Holla. And also, I'd like for you to go visit my YouTube channel and subscribe to my page. I am your girl. Give it to me. Come on. I need your love. Gotta have it. Give it up, baby, baby. And as I exit, I just say, holla. Happy Memorial Day today. Love is, baby. This is your girl, Tami Lyn. I just want to holler at you. Put that in your pipe and smoke it. Another Smoked Out Productions. Thank you for your service. Love is.